Good evening. There have been two events in the last 3 odd days that evoke a lot of emotion but need perspective. On Newsworthy tonight, we are going to lay bare the decision of the government to extinguish the eternal flame at the Amar Jawan Jyoti after merging it with the National War Memorial. Now, I know many among you think that the word extinguished is a misrepresentation. The move is absolutely fine. And some of you, on the other hand, are extremely critical. As I said, it is an emotive issue considering the Amar Jawan Jyoti that was lit in 1972 has been a symbol of our national consciousness. It honors the 71 war heroes, but remember, it didn't have their names. It is at the India Gate that was built in 1931 to commemorate the martyrs of India during World War I, as well as the Third Anglo-Afghan War, but also doesn't have all their names. The National War Memorial, on the other hand, was built in 2019. It was a long-standing demand to honor the sacrifices of men across wars and insurgencies. It has names of all soldiers who have sacrificed their lives after 1947. For the last 3 years or so, two flames honoring our soldiers have been burning bright. One at the India Gate and the other one at the National War Memorial, just a few meters apart. Now there is only one at the National War Memorial. So whether we choose the words extinguished, merged, it can be a matter of semantics, emotions, or politics, because the move has been criticized and hailed by many veterans, saying that since the inaugural of the National War Memorial, really all ceremonial events, Republic Day, Independence Day, have been happening at the National War Memorial anyway. So it made no sense to have two eternal flames, so to speak. Then the question also pops up, really, couldn't we just have both flames and both of them burning? Why wipe out one to honor the other? Why should soldiers who died in wars before 1947 not be honored? It's a question that has been asked by many. It's really on the minds of many. And the answer came in the form of a press note attributed to government sources, which said, number one, the flame is not being extinguished, it's being merged. And clearly both have happened, right? Number two, the note asserted that India Gate was a symbol of our colonial past. I'm going to read out in further detail a portion for you from this note. It says that it was an odd thing to see that the flame at the Amar Jawan Jyoti paid homage to the martyrs of the 1971 and other wars, but none of their names are present there. The names inscribed on the India Gate, according to the note, are only of some martyrs who fought for the British in World War I and the Anglo-Afghan War, and thus is a symbol of our colonial past, unquote. Now, before I break down the contents of this note, I want to explain to you how these press notes work. This is the public relations or media managers of different ministries in the government of India that essentially have massive, huge broadcast lists with numbers of journalists, editors, reporters, anyone they think influence. They send out WhatsApp messages that start or end with government sources say or according to sources, and that's about it. Now, what is this? This is essentially the government point of view. They want to give out the government spin, but there's no attribution to it. Sources in the government of India. Next thing, once these WhatsApp messages go out, you see our headlines and tweets all attributed to sources, verbatim, copy-pasted. It's a farce because you don't get to ask questions here. It's stenography at best, and that's why we are calling it out in this video. That's how it typically works most of the time, and that's how this press note has also worked. So in effect, this is the center's official statement on why the flame was merged or extinguished, and really one reason appears to be to write out a new narrative of history. Now, many followed this Colonel D.P.K. Pillai, who is a retired Shaurya Chakra awardee, while supporting this move said that a flame lit in a memorial for World War I honoured the mercenaries who fought for the British in a war that didn't mean anything for colonized India. Now, I have to clarify, this is not the government of India saying this. This is a veteran actually attributing this.
The word mercenaries has obviously angered many. Pre-independence, India lost more than 160,000 soldiers in the 2 world wars, and its soldiers are buried in more than 60 foreign countries with over 300 memorials. Countries like the UK, France, Belgium, Russia, they have monuments and they hold parades honoring Indian soldiers, among others, for defending these countries during the world wars. Many military regiments, towns and traditions have a colonial past too. The Chetwood Hall at the Indian Military Academy in Dehradun, Clement Town Cantonment in Dehradun, or the Sudan block of the National Defence Academy in Pune. And we can change all the names we want and go on a spree decolonizing our history, but how will we demote the memory of Sam Manekshaw, the army chief during the 1971 Indo-Pak War? His military career began with service in the British Indian Army in World War II, like many others. For now, the Amar Jawan Jyoti will be replaced with a statue of Subhash Chandra Bose. The timing and the politics apart, the move has been welcomed by most. Also cancelled this Republic Day, one of Mahatma Gandhi's favourite hymns, Abide With Me, which has formed the final crowning moment of the beating retreat ceremony held after Republic Day for as long as we have celebrated with a parade. The reason given by the government, and I quote, "This year only Indian origin or indigenous tunes are on the list." Changes in the songs of the beating retreat are not new, but the closing part has never been touched. Abide With Me was almost scrapped in 2020, but the centre changed its mind then. This year, it plans to go through with an attempt to Indianize our history. Again, this move has divided a lot of people. On one hand, people say, why should a Christian hymn play on India's Republic Day 7 decades after independence? Others, who see the beating retreat as an event of military and civil heritage, see the submission as a way to stamp out our personal and collective history. They ask, who does the hymn offend? Can anyone be hurt by a song that is about needing the strength to survive loss and bereavement? Questions with no clear answers. Or perhaps with the clearest answers, depending on where you stand. As we said, it's an emotive issue. Do share this video on social media with what stood out for you, or leave us a comment in the section below. We read all of them. And while we are on the matter of history, I hope you are seeing a series that we are putting out on history, or her story, we should say. We are doing small videos of the 15 women who were a part of the Constituent Assembly. This series will run beyond Republic Day, so make sure you catch it on our Women of the Republic Day guide on Instagram and playlist on YouTube. If you can't find it, please comment here, we will guide you to it. I'm not sure if you have subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, please do so. It is one way this work goes to many more screens. You can support us by making a contribution too. Pay what you want. Pay what you think our effort deserves. We do this because we believe in it and because we have so much fun doing it. The link to support us is in the description in the bio. Again, if you can't find it, leave a comment. We are a small and intimate team. We will read and respond to every comment. If you've been listening, thank you so much for your time.